welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're just gonna be playing with some fall themed makeup. One of the quads that I've mentioned in a couple of my videos is the Tom Ford Suspicion quad. I think I've used it as like swatches against, compares against some other quads, and some of you have asked me to do a look with it and to give you an idea of like the warmth of it. It actually is a very warm quad. I really love this one. It's one of my favorites, but if you don't like a warm color story, this is not the quad for you. So let's go ahead and swatch it. I've already got swatches on my arm, so I will put it here. I think this is a really pretty fall, winter kind of look. But again, I like these warm tones. I like these shades. For me, they work well with my hair and my coloring, but not everybody is a warm tone fan. In fact, lately there's been a lot more cool tone palettes that I've seen come out, which I like too, don't get me wrong. The Natasha Denona Glam Palette is one of my favorites. Okay, so that's the color story. Excuse these up here. Just ignore those. So, sometimes you have to film a whole bunch of videos at once, sorry guys. So, not to destroy the magic, but you know, a lot of times I have to do like a couple of videos all in one day because that's the only time I have. All right, so let's go ahead and do a look with this, and then we'll pair it with Eldridge lipstick, actually, so you guys can see it. I already have a full face of makeup on. This is the Dior Air Flash Foundation, which I do love. This is in shade 104. I have on the Dior Luminizer in 01. I have on the Dior Bronze in 01. I have the Rose Montaigne blush on, and Gucci brow pencil. Is that it? I think that's it. That's it. All right, I'll bring you in and we'll get started. It's time to wash my brushes again. I feel like it's always time to wash my brushes. All right, let's go in with this deep brown shade, and I'm gonna go in with a Wayne Goss number 16. It's a big fluffy brush. I know it looks dirty, it's not dirty. It's just stained. I haven't washed it, but I've cleaned it. I know that doesn't make any sense to most people, but you're makeup people, you get it. All right. And we're gonna do this like heavily on the outside of the eye and then back and forth through the transition. I think this is a really elegant quad. It's, although, you know, looks pretty pigmented in the pan, it's really not one of his more pigmented ones. And so you can get, I think, a light look out of it. You can build up the shades, don't get me wrong. But this was one that I actually used a lot for work, believe it or not. Because again, I liked the shades and the color story. And, you know, I felt like it was easily work appropriate. And then a lot of times I would bring it with me and like deepen it up. A lot of times what I would do is I would take the shade that I'm putting on now, this is the deep brown shade, and then I would just use one other shade. I'll show you which one. And then, although you can probably guess, and then I would add the brighter shades. So I would use this shade and this shade. I would take this shade and just put it all over the lid, and that was it. And then at night I would add the more coppery gold ones to like make it more intense. You can also just use one shade. I mean, it seems like a waste to use one shade in a quad, but all right, I'm just gonna blend out the top a little. All right, now we're going in with the Wayne Goss number 17, and we're gonna take this shade right here. This is like, it's like a, I guess, well, it's not really copper. Gold. Yeah, I mean, gold is probably the best way to explain this one. And I'm putting it on the like outer half of my lid, and then going back and forth through the transition. But I am putting a lot of it actually on the lid itself. If you antique gold, that's a good way to describe it. If you like that kind of shade, like an antique gold, I think you'll really like Suspicion. Let's go in with the Wayne Goss number 3 and buff that out. Let's go in with the Chikuhodo FO6, tiny little brush. And we're gonna go into this other shade, this other gold shade, and we're gonna put that on the inner corner here. Not really the inner corner, the inner third of the eye, like we're gonna do a halo almost. And we'll put it on the outer as well, on top of the other gold shade to intensify it. And then we'll take the lightest shade, and put that on the middle of the eyelid. Super quick, easy, fast, right? I mean, honestly. And then I'm just gonna take whatever was left on my brush and just kind of put a little bit of it up here. And then I'm gonna take that same shade and just put a little in the inner corner. I'm gonna go back in with the Mini Booster, Sonia G, into that deep brown shade that we started with. Go back into the crease and the outer corner, deepen that up a little, pull it out a little bit. Use the Wayne Goss number 5, yeah, Wayne Goss number 5. Same deep brown shade, lower lash line. Gonna take the 03 Wayne Goss and just buff out the top a little. All right, guys, there is the final look. Now, if you want to make this more intense, or you want to, you know, glam it up even more, although I think this is pretty elegant and glam, like I said, I would concentrate more on these shades because they're like brighter, more gold metallics, and then take this one as like all over the lid, because the more you use this shade, and I'll just put a little bit more on this eye, the more you're going to get like that pop. It's not a super complicated color story. It doesn't have a ton of pigment. I mean, it's very pretty, but it's not like super pigmented. The golds that are in like Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath, they're not the same types of golds. These are much more subdued golds. I think they're really pretty though, and I really, really like this quad. Again, warm quad, just be aware of that. Let's go in. Trying to figure out what I want to use on my eyes, and I might just use a black shade. Let's do that. Let's go with Obsidian, the Wayne Goss Obsidian. And I just put a little bit on. I didn't want to do something too intense, so just a little bit. And then I'll curl my lashes, put on mascara, and I'll be right back. So eye look is done, and that is Suspicion. Got a little bit, like I said, of the black liner on. It's a very, very thin line, but that's it. Now, the question is what lipstick to do with it. I think I'm gonna do the Lisa Eldridge Affair, which is this shade here. Let's try it. Yeah, I think that looks nice with it. Affair is a little bit darker than Fawn. Fawn is one of my favorite shades. I've got like marks everywhere at this point. This is Fawn and this is Affair. Affair has, it's a little bit warmer, obviously deeper, but still a really good neutral. So a fall look using the Tom Ford Suspicion Quad, which I think is still available on Sephora. I know it's available on other sites. It's a really elegant, subtle quad. I don't think it's super pigmented, but if you're into the warm golds, browns like I am, you know, you're gonna love it. It's a really pretty quad. Let me know if there's comparisons that you want me to do, like with other quads out there or some of the Dior Quints. I can certainly do that as well. But I wanted to show you what it looks like, you know, in a full look, because it's not something that I've done before. And as I said before, I'm gonna try to do more of these, and I'm gonna be doing full faces using different types of foundation and lips and all that other stuff in coordination with you know, the eye looks. But today I just wanted to focus on this particular quad and show you the eye look, because I've gotten actually a lot of questions about this one lately, probably because it's fall and the color story makes sense. So if you have any questions, certainly let me know. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in another video really soon. Bye.